The healer was told that Oba's family was wealthy and would greatly compensate him if he helped. Oba's employees worked tirelessly for days to inform his family about the situation. His mother and NEA arrived with renewed hope and found Obra still unconscious. They thanked the healer and gave him a token of appreciation but insisted on calling a more experienced doctor from their kingdom. The doctor arrived and examined Obra, explaining that the healer's herbs had helped significantly. Obra had suffered internal bleeding, leading to a concussion. "Doctor, will my son be all right?" Oba's mother asked, worry evident in her voice. "Yes, he will be fine," the doctor assured her. A week later, Oba woke up suddenly, sitting up and screaming, "NEA, where are you? NEA!" NEA and his mother rushed into the room. "Obra, can't you see me?" his mother asked, panicking. "No, I can't." "Where are my wife and son?" Obra asked, distressed. "We are here," NEA replied, trying to calm him. "Don't worry, son. The doctor is coming," his mother said, rushing out to summon the doctor. After examining Obra, the doctor explained, "Your blindness is due to brain damage from hitting your head on the rock. It could be temporary or permanent. I need certain medicines to treat it, but I don't have them." "Don't worry, doctor. I can import whatever you need. Just tell me," Obra said, frustration evident in his voice. As the head injury slowly healed, Obra adapted to his condition, using a walking stick to move around. He even hired a carpenter to customize a bed to make it easier for him to get up. Zikora visited the house frequently, yet he never greeted Obra. This puzzled him. Why would his best friend visit daily and not acknowledge him? One evening, while waiting for his imported medicine, Obra, suffering from severe headaches, walked out of his room to fetch water. As he passed the main bedroom, he heard laughter and a man's voice. Leaning against the door to listen, he heard NEA giggle. "Stop it, Zikora," she said playfully. Obra froze, his body sliding down the door in disbelief. He clenched his fist, fighting back tears. Could this be Zikora? My own friend? He sat there, unable to comprehend the betrayal. Days turned into weeks. Obra noticed that NEA was barely around him anymore. He often heard her and Zikora laughing in the garden. One day, his mother visited. "Mama, does Zikora still work?" Obra asked. "Oh, son, I thought you gave him money to start a business. He runs a poultry farm now. When your eyesight returns, you'll see how well dressed he is," his mother replied. Obra's heart ached at the realization. Months passed, and one morning, he woke up to find his sight completely restored. Overwhelmed with joy, he shouted, "I can see. Oh my God, I can see." He ran to the main bedroom, eager to share the news, but what he saw shattered him. NEA lay in bed, cuddling with Zikora. NEA stirred and opened her eyes. "Oh, my love, why are you up so early?" she asked sleepily. Obra, suppressing his emotions, replied, "I am hungry. I need breakfast." "Wait a bit, the maids will bring it soon. I want to feed Ugonna first," NEA replied nonchalantly before snuggling back into Zikora's arms. Obra clenched his fist. In his mind, he saw himself tearing Zikora apart, but he controlled his rage. Instead, he chose to remain silent, continuing to pretend he was blind. Days later, as he passed his bedroom, he heard NEA speaking to Ugonna. "Oh, my cute boy, go to daddy." Obra entered the room and saw a different man playing with Ugonna. The man looked up and smiled. "My love, I was just here to check on you," NEA said casually. Obra's chest tightened. Unable to bear it, he stepped outside, struggling to breathe. He placed his hands on his knees, taking deep breaths. "Obra, wait." He turned as Yuk ran toward him. Why are you walking alone? Can you manage? I can walk by myself, Obra replied. Am I not your friend? Yuk insisted. Let me walk with you. Obra nodded, allowing Yuk to accompany him to his mother's house. His mother noticed his somber mood and frail appearance. Son, are you eating well? She asked, concerned. Obra sighed. Mama, I need to meet someone privately. Can I wait here? His mother agreed. Days later, he overheard a heated conversation between Nia and Zikora. Nia, my chickens are all dead. Not a single one survived. I need more money to replace them. I owe people, and they will demand refunds. Zikora panicked. I checked the safe, Nia replied, leaving the room. Minutes later, she returned. I couldn't find a single coin. Zikora was furious. What? My business will collapse. You have to help me, Nia. Lower your voice. Obra might hear you, she whispered. Hear me? The fool is blind. Zikora sneered. Give me the money, or I'll tell Obra the truth that Ugonna is not his son. You will return to the gutters where you belong. Nia froze, her face pale. Zikora, calm down. I'll make a plan. You better, Zikora threatened before storming out. The next morning, Nia rushed to Obra's room. My love, Obra had been sitting the whole day, waiting for the maids to serve breakfast. When he finally went to check their quarters, he found no one there. What do you think happened to them? Obra asked. Nia shrugged. I don't know. Maybe you should go look for them since you're the one who hired them and know their whereabouts. Obra replied calmly, I'm just a blind man who cannot do much. Nia left the room, thinking Obra knew nothing about the situation. She went to the kitchen to cook but found no food. She wasn't used to chores anymore, and when she tried to clean, Ugonna started crying. With no maid to help her, Nia felt helpless. The day dragged on, and Obra left the house for a few hours, returning in the evening. That night, Nia went to bed hungry. The following evening, Zikora arrived unexpectedly. He opened the door and whispered, You aren't supposed to come today. What are you doing here? Come, let's talk upstairs. They passed Obra, who was sitting in the living room, and went upstairs to the bedroom. Obra remained seated, silently listening. He sat there all night, deep in thought. At dawn, he left the house. As soon as Obra was gone, Icom arrived and rushed upstairs to find Nia. When he entered the bedroom, he found Nia with Zikora. Fuming, he demanded, Nia, what is he doing here? Did you call me for this? He lunged at Zikora, who was lying on the bed. So you chased me out of the house that day because of him. Is the child even mine? Icom shouted. Nia screamed, Icom, leave him alone. She tried to pull Icom away, but he shoved her aside, and she hit the wall. Feeling paralyzed for a few minutes, Nia watched helplessly as Icom grabbed Zikora, dragging him off the bed. The fight moved toward the balcony. Zikora, regaining his strength, started hitting back. Nia, desperate, leaped forward, trying to separate them. Stop it! Somebody help me! She shouted. She called out for Obra, but no one came. Icom pinned Zikora against the balcony railing. In a struggle, Zikora fought back and suddenly, Icom lost his footing. He tumbled over the railing, crashing onto the ground in the front yard. Nia and Zikora stared in horror at Icom's motionless body below. A group of people rushed toward him, among them, Obra, 2 police officers, Obra's mother, Icom's family, Zikora's family, Nia's family, and several neighbors. Icom's family fell to their knees beside his lifeless body, wailing. Obra, confused, turned to the crowd. What is going on? Can somebody explain to me what's happening? Where is my wife? Nia, my love, where are you? All eyes turned toward Nia and Zikora, who stood frozen on the balcony. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The two officers rushed upstairs and placed Nia and Zikora under arrest. Neighbors gathered, whispering. Nia was having affairs with many men, but she and Zikora planned to get rid of Icam, one person speculated. Poor Obra, even with his blindness, we tried to warn him, another neighbor added. Now look where we are today. Nia's mother protested. My daughter is not capable of this. She couldn't hurt a fly. Oh, but she can bring men into my son's house. Obra's mother snapped. If she could do this to my son, who took care of her, she's capable of worse. Officer, arrest them. We all saw what happened. With most witnesses claiming to have seen Nia and Zikora push Icam, the case seemed airtight. Obra sat in the living room, silent, as Nia and Zikora were taken away. He finally called out, Nia. What happened? Don't worry, my love, I'm coming to get you out of there. It had been a long, painful day, but it eventually passed. Obra's mother and Yuk stayed behind to comfort him. The next morning, as Yuk helped prepare breakfast, Obra's mother looked at her son and smiled. My son, you see. Obra sat in silence as his mother prepared breakfast with Yuk by her side. She watched him closely, her voice gentle yet firm. My son, you see how Yuk takes good care of you. Why did you not marry her instead of that rich Nia? I don't even want to say her name. Obra sighed, regret evident in his eyes. Mom, I am sorry for not listening to you. Forgive me, Mother. I should have listened. His mother glanced at Yuk, then back at him with a small smile. Don't worry, my son. You still have a chance. A month later, Obra visited Nia in jail. The moment she saw him, her face lit up with hope. Obra, my love. Please help me. Why haven't you visited me earlier? I am innocent. Obra's gaze remained cold. Innocent of what exactly? Who is the fool now? You brought men into my house, called me names, and spent my hard-earned money on them. You used my home, my bedroom. Tears streamed down Nia's face. I was lonely, Obra. You would travel for months, leaving me alone. Stop lying, Nia. He snapped. I know Ugonna is not mine. I stayed faithful to you and was willing to do everything for you. Nia fell to her knees, clutching his hands. Please, Obra, where is my son? Obra smirked. Don't worry about him. He will visit you in jail. I'm not sure if he is with his father's parents or yours, but one of them took him that day. Now, allow me to leave. I have to go see your boyfriend. He turned to go, then glanced back. By the way, you look pale, and your hair is dirty. I will make sure you rot in here. Nia froze. Her eyes widened in shock. Obra. How do you know I look pale? Obra, you can see. You could always see. She screamed as the guards dragged her back to her cell, the horrifying realization dawning upon her. Next, Obra visited Zikora. Oh, Zikora, my friend, he sneered. It is me, the blind fool. Zikora looked up, his face drained of color. Obra. Obra chuckled darkly. Let me tell you a story. I saw everything. I poisoned all your chickens. I stopped the money flow to Nia. I called both you and Icam to the house, pretending to be Nia, and made sure the witnesses arrived at the right time. Zikora's face twisted in horror as Obra leaned in closer. Oh, Zikora, I didn't think you would take it that far. I only wanted our families to find you in my house with that woman. But you. You robbed a child of his father. Oh, poor Ugonna. Oberon walked away laughing, his laughter echoing through the prison halls while Zikora sat frozen in silence, his mind unraveling. A few weeks later, Oberon announced to everyone that his sight had returned. He explained to his mother how he had pretended to be blind after discovering Enie and Zikora in bed. His mother shook her head, feeling both sorrow and pride for her son. 2 years later, Oberon married. He abandoned his merchant business and focused on his other enterprises, building a new life far from the betrayals of his past. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. Your comments mean a lot to us, so let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an update. Every like, comment, and subscription helps us create even better content for you. Your support motivates us to keep bringing you valuable and entertaining videos. So, hit that like button, drop a comment, and share your thoughts. Also, turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we upload new videos. We appreciate every bit of your engagement, and it truly makes a difference. Let's grow this amazing community together. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more exciting content.